bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A service of Thanksgiving is planned for this Tuesday evening here on Grand Bahama. The Grand Bahama Christian Council is coordinating the special service to give God thanks for protecting us during the passing of Hurricane Matthew. The event is also in recognition of the many agencies and persons who played an important role in the aftermath of the storm. President of the Council, Reverend Peter Pinder.
There are so many persons who have contributed to our recovery, and we are very grateful to them, but we are especially grateful to God for His divine protection. And as a result, we are inviting the Grand Bahama community to join us in a service of thanksgiving to God for His goodness and for His divine presence.
First Vice President Reverend Robert Lockhart is also inviting the entire Grand Bahama community to come out to the special service.
It's time to give thanks. And we thank God that we've been able also to make contact with most of the government agencies, especially the Uniform Branch here in Grand Bahama, the Ministry of Grand Bahama, and also the Port Authority, to come and be a part of this service as we come together as fellow Bahamians all over the island of Grand Bahama that's being so highly affected by Hurricane Matthew. But in spite of it, we have a lot to thank God for.
Now, the Thanksgiving service will be held on Tuesday, December 6th at the Central Church of God on Carl Road at 7 p.m. Switching gears now, prominent businessman Thomas T. Smith was laid to rest this week. Smith, who operated several establishments across Grand Bahama, was memorialized along with his daughter Blaniva Smith Purcell during a joint ceremony at Freeport Bible Church. Kimberly Mullings reports.
Hundreds of loved ones and friends filled the sanctuary until there was only limited standing room left to pay their final respects to well-known entrepreneur Thomas Smith, affectionately called T. Smith, who died November 25th after battling an illness. Smith's cousin, Adley Forbes, recalls the pivotal moment in their business careers in Grand Bahama after acting upon the sound advice of former Prime Minister, the late Sir Lyndon Penlin.
Penlin, God rest the dead, has told us to come into Freeport out of the 8 Mile Rock area and take Freeport by storm, because the development of Freeport was a special place for foreign investment. But Penlin brought us in here, and that is where the Bahamians start to take hold of the economy of Grand Bahama. T. Smith was one of those pioneers.
He says the turnout to the homegoing celebration was a clear indication to some of what T. Smith stood for in the community.
T. Smith has housed hundreds, feed thousands, clothed thousands. And as you could see around you today, the amount of people come to pay their last respect would tell you exactly what kind of man and life he lived.
T. Smith's eldest daughter, Blaniva Purcell, died just 1 week prior to his passing. Forbes says Neva, as she was affectionately called, meant a lot to her father.
She was everything to him, his oldest daughter alive. She was a financial controller of the business, and she is going to be greatly missed. But the rest of them who left behind, Bruce the oldest, Barry, Brian, TJ, and Biara, I can assure you they will stand by their mother.
Leader of the Let's Jam youth group and friend of the family, Mervyn Henfield, says he didn't get to know T. Smith until around 2012, when he began to contribute to his ministry in many ways.
He donated a portion of his building, for a few years to help our young people throughout the Pine Forest community and the larger segment of 8 Mile Rock. And he's sown into their lives so generously, and I do believe that God is doing a great work through what He has provided, and He is sown into many lives, and we really appreciate him and his daughter Blaniva for their work.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. Kanisha Bethel from Freeport asks, what is a good age to have your first mammogram? Thanks for your question, Kanisha. The American Cancer Society recommendations for early breast cancer detection support screening for women beginning at age 40, and they should have a mammogram every year and should continue to do so for as long as they are in good health. Also, starting at age 40, women should have a clinical breast exam by a doctor every year. For most women at high risk, for example, if you have a strong family history of breast cancer or the BRCA gene in a first-degree relative like a mother or sister, mammograms should begin earlier at around age 30 years and continue for as long as a woman is healthy. Women in their 20s and 30s should have a clinical breast exam by a doctor as part of a regular health checkup, preferably every 3 years. So discuss mammograms with your doctor and your next visit. If you have questions, please drop them in my question box at the hospital or at the nearest Grand Bahama Community Clinic. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. Ricardo Lightborn has a check on sports when we come back.